What? Excuse me? I see, yeah, I know, but like, why?
すまなかったな。だが、助かった。
Oh, of course they're bathing again.
にーにー、この歌詞はどこつくけね
Of course it exists. Mac.
響き、行儀が悪いぞ。
He runs around knowing full well it's bad manners. Nini and Hachiroku, both of their faces are dark and would be even after... Wait, what? Both of your faces are dark and would be even after you take a bath.
相鉄様、ご夫妻、私が半分追わせていただきます。
But the question is this operation body Hachiroku or is it maintenance body Hachiroku? It's like, can I go back? I guess. If I go back here, right? Well, actually, I wouldn't be able to tell.
そんなん当然ばい。ニーニーの分はニーニーの分、86の分は最初から86の分やもん。
まあ。
Hachiroku forces a smile, but there's no happiness in it. It feels like I'm looking at the Nini of the past. I hate how I'm dragged in with them. Yeah, so this is Hibiki's perspective. I mean, I should have I know that, but still.
86には背中流してもらうばい。ニーニーにはどぎゃんしようかな。
I'm just surprised that Sotetsu's here again.
私がお瀬名でしたら、相鉄様は前を流されてはいかがですか?
Hachiroku. She doesn't know.
うん。響きが良ければそうしよ
う。Sotetsu doesn't know.
いいわけなかけね。そんなんダメばい。ダメばい。
Yeah, especially not with Hachiroku here. Like, that's meant to be only that's meant to only be a thing between two people. Mac.
Oop.
If they were just teasing, I could brush it aside, but Nissan and Hachiroku are both completely serious. It seems that he's not even a little interested in things of that sort. Yeah, you're right.
私ひとまず髪を流します。髪の汚れを響きにつけてはいけませんから。
Mm.
The maintenance body, okay. So it is maintenance body. Maintenance body that is a little smaller than me looks like a human girl at first glance. Excuse me? I was not expecting full ass from this location. I'm sure he can see her boobs, at least from the side. All ages, by the way. Yeah. That's a big ass shampoo bottle, by the way. But Nisa doesn't look at Hachiroku or me. Yeah, he's a Giga Chad. He doesn't care about women. He hates women. Yeah. Nissan heads to the washing area quietly. He doesn't hide his private parts, so I can see everything. Muscular abs, chest, and a large scar that remains from the accident. Oh. Even the wounds of rail lords can heal on their own. I just realized that Hachiroku also has a scar. It extends from her right shoulder to her elbow. But where is it? This is Maintenance body. She can see it, but why can't we? This is her right shoulder. So, like, almost identical to the damage on the 8620 steam engine.
あるわけなか、そぎゃんこっち。
I felt a shiver from the images coincided. When the images coincided, I washed my face to shake away the mental picture. The scars of Nissan and Hachiroku. Hachiroku said at the end of the track closure era, railway accidents were a common thing.
響き、お待たせしました。私、髪をきれいにしました。
わかった、今行くばい。
Obviously, they aren't going to show a scar on the main girl. Then why did they point it out? They could have just not said anything and it wouldn't have mattered. If she's going to watch my back, it's not weird to ask her about stuff, right? There you go. She is so tiny. About the accidents, about Nini and Hachiroku's. It has to be easy to find out that they're separate and not the same.
あんね、86。
It shows that Hibiki is realizing that they might be in the same accident. Yeah, so if it's that important, why don't you show it? Or if you don't want to show it, then why did you show her right side? Okay?
はい。なんでしょう、響き。
Because it's anime. It's a that's not an excuse.
うん、わあ、響さんと86さんです。
What is Reina doing here? I don't want to see a scar in the hate scene. Well, you're not gonna see her. Why not?
レイナちゃん。
まあ、レイナ。
Wait. Let's hear two. What the fuck is going on? Behind Reina is Paulette. Sotetsu's still here, though. Even though the towel, even through the towel, I can see her beautiful slim body. And even I'd... Wait, wait.
なんだ、奇遇だな、二人とも。
はあ、そうてつさんです。そうてつくん？
Yeah, I'm not surprised that she's embarrassed, considering that she was so flustered after realizing that he could see her panties when she was on the stepladder. So, like, what did she expect? Did she not realize that Sotetsu was also here? Paulette panics and turns bright red. But Nini hasn't changed a bit.
今夜は賑やかな湯になるな。
はい。
Nini faces away again and resumes washing his body. That's a relief. Even with Paulette, Nini reacts the same way. No. This can't be good. Not in the least. I learned in school that sex is life. Wait, what? That's not what you should be learning.
響き。
ごめんなさい。ちょっと湯あたりしちゃったのかも。
I mean, Hibiki is technically right. Yeah, but... You know what? Yeah, this is an eroge, so sex is life. That's the main point. That's the main goal in this eroge. After everything, it always boils down to the routes. I can't ask with so many people around. I'm honestly relieved that I can't ask anymore.
背中、少し強めに流してもらえる？
はい。ご要望通りにいたしましょう。
It feels good. The dirt and grime are getting washed away. See, that's the story part you were talking about, right? That's the important story bit. But why do scars remain? Why won't they ever wash away? Probably. Okay. Look. If they didn't want to show the scar, then why did they show her right side? Okay? There is an even important one with just Hachiroku and Sotetsu. Okay. The repeated rhythm shakes me in the deepest part of my body. Something sticks close to me. It's sweaty, yet warm and soft. The heartbeat matches mine. There's only one person in the world who like that.
暑いよ、みちこ。
Where's the CG? I don't know. I don't know. I guess it was too raunchy for it was too graphic for the all ages version. I pull off Michiko, who's stuck on me. I put some strength into her body that's intending on going back to sleep. Maybe it's because we're twins, but her ability to stick with me is amazing. I use all my strength with both hands as usual. Thud. I wake up. I feel the pain too. You just needed to wait a bit more.
ごめん。寝ぼけて、ここがどこか忘れちゃってた。
みち、ボイスから落っこっちゃったよ。
Normally I would toss off Michiko, and she'd just land on the tatami mat. But today,
電車の床、木の板だから痛いよ。
わかる。僕にも来ちゃうくらいに痛かった。ごめんな、みち。コブになったりしてないか？
I pull up Michiko and brush her hair to the side to look at her forehead. It's red, but it's not swollen. Is it?
平気。ちょっとびっくりしただけ。それよりそうちゃん、パパとママ。
うん。二人ともぐっすりだね。
Mum had to wake up early to prepare the lunchboxes. Dad, like me, probably couldn't sleep because he was so excited.
ねえ、そうちゃん、今何時？列車どの辺を走ってるの？
わからない。窓の外真っ暗だし、時計は父さんがしてるけど。
そっか、見ちゃ
あ、こら、そんなことしたら。
Michiko grabs Dad's arm before I can stop her. At that moment, his drooped eyelids raise.
ああ、眠ってしまっていたか。
だから言ったのに。
う。ごめんなさい。
いや、ちょうどいいところで起こしてくれた。ほら、お前も寝ていると絶景を見逃すぞ。
あら、やだ。私ったら居眠りなんて。
You mind speaking up there, B? You're a bit quiet. Everyone ends up waking up. But what's the scenery he's talking about? Parents has sprites. Yeah, apparently.
外真っ暗だよ。
はは真っ暗なのはほら。
そっか、トンネルだったのか。
Color returns to the monochrome world. But that color is still dull.
やだ。大雨になっちゃってる。
After saying that, Michiko looks up at me with big round eyes.
大丈夫？蒸気機関車の火消えちゃわない？
お前は蒸気機関車をどんなものだと思ってるんだ？
知らない。だって見てないもん。
寝坊するから見れなかったんだろ。
After I say that, Michiko sticks out her tongue playfully. She overslept and was being fussy with her clothes and hat. If we didn't have to rush out, we could have seen the iron body of the steam engine before boarding.
そうちゃんは知ってるの？
うん。旅行の前に図鑑で調べた。
That's exactly why I wanted to see with my own eyes. But if I hint at it, at any regret, Michiko will sense it. I don't want us to fight on our precious family trip, so I decide to be nice and explain it.
鉄の分厚い体の中にボイラっていう釜がある。その中で石炭を燃やしてるから雨が降っても消えない。
そっか。なら安心だね。
Michiko breathes a peaceful sigh, but Mom, unlike Michiko, looks worried.
台風それてくれなかったんでしょうか。
So like, they, yeah, so, you know, hang on, let me see something. Is there a reason why she's so quiet? She falls under other females, right? Hang on. Yeah. They just fucked up her audio, I guess. You're gonna have to read it.
そのようだな。これではせっかくの富士も拝めないか。
富士山？
ああ、しばらく行くとこの列車は富士川橋梁という鉄橋を抜ける。
鉄橋？ならその上から富士山が。
晴れていればな。見事な富士が拝めるのだが、まあ台風を抜けてさえしまえば。おっ！
Bubble. Train veers to the side and Michiko clings onto me. I was also holding onto Dad tightly.
今ずいぶん揺れたけど。
それなかったどころか直撃コースに入ってしまったのかもしれないな。
Before I can ask if he meant the typhoon, Dad answers me.
直撃コースに入っちゃうとどうなるの？
Plunk.
うわっ！
My body is floating. Because of the violent shaking, Michiko and I are thrown to the side.
相鉄！
みちこ！
Now her audio is fine. Cool. Grabbed by the outreached hands, our floating bodies are brought back to the brought back down with force. In my arms, Michiko is huddled up and shaking with fear.
大丈夫か？みち。
Cool. We return to our seats, only be pushed into the back of them. The train is accelerating.
父さん。
バカな。こんな悪天候で加速などしたら 最悪の場合脱線も。
If I'm ever scared, that fear transfers directly to Michiko, which in turn amplifies before ultimately coming back to me. It's a vicious cycle. This is not good. At this rate, Michiko will cry.
車掌呼んで。ちょっと誰か車掌呼んでって言ってるの。やだやだやだよ。
If just one person cries out, that'll incite panic amongst everyone. Michiko hardens up and shakes uncontrollably. Isn't there a way to calm her? Wait, I know.
ミチ、前の方がどうなってるか興味ない？
I grab both sides of her face and turn her teary eyes toward me.
前の方。
I'm interested. I'm interested. I'm interested. As we twins can see each other's thoughts, I repeat that in my mind.
この列車蒸気機関車が引っ張ってるでしょ。だから前の方に行ってみたら。
The train sways wildly to the side, but Michiko suppresses her screams. My feelings are transferring to her. I know her fears are lessening because I feel that. I hold her hand while we stand up.
前の方の窓からなら蒸気機関車が見えるかもしれない。きっと力強くてかっこよくって頼もしいよ。
In my mind, I think to myself, so you'll feel reassured after taking a look. Michiko stands up with a smile, not afraid of the train accelerating despite the shaking getting worse.
それならみちも見に行きたい。
よし、決まりだ。
いや、ちょっと待て。
行くぞ。ちゃんとついてこいよ。
I take Michiko's hand and move forward so that Dad's voice doesn't catch up to us. I know that he'll say it's best to sit in your seat at a time like this. But Michi will cry if we do that. When I think that, I can't help but take action. Don't make her cry. I'm the big brother. I hold Michiko up. As I do, I fight to hold back tears. This is what I've done ever since I was an infant.
ねえミチ、こんなにすごいスピードだ。前に行ったら客車の中まで煙もくもくかもしれないぞ。
やだそんなの。お洋服煙くなっちゃう。
Even as she says that, Michiko's face turns a reddish hue again. Her hand, wrapped in mine, isn't shaking anymore. Normally being twins is nothing but a nuisance, but it's reassuring during times like these.
このドアの向こうが一番前の客車だ。
There are lots of seats. There were so many more passengers in the second car.
ねえ、このスピードって普通なの？なんでこんなに揺れてるの？
Restless murmuring resounds throughout the car.
大丈夫です。悪天候で揺れが大きくなってるだけです。
Dao's cloak is trying her best to calm everyone down.
窓から前の方見えるかな。
Michiko sticks close to the window, as if to run away from the panicking scene. Suddenly turns around to me, on the verge of tears.
そうちゃん。
ん？なんだこれ。ちょっとひどいね。何も見えない。
It's all white. Like flinging paint on a wall, the raindrops splatter against the glass, covering it completely in white.
雨ってこんなに怖くなるんだ。
確かに怖いね。けど雨は雨だ。ガラスを越えて何ができるってものでもないよ。
I say that to Michiko as a way to convince myself, but then
ミチ！
the sideways shaking pushes us off our feet. I try to protect Michiko, but I can't endure it and ultimately spill to the floor. Thud. A shock, but it's warm.
相鉄美智子元の席に戻るんだ
Dad. Next to him is Mum, watching over us gently.
大丈夫よ道相鉄お母さんたちがついてますから
They got it right once, but never again. Yeah, you can hear that one, right? Toot.
なんだ
That's a lot of toots.
緊急事態だただごとじゃうわー
It overlaps with the loud steam whistle. Sideways shaking is even stronger than earlier. Dad loses his balance and lets go of us so that he doesn't drag us with him.
道相鉄
Crash. At the moment in which Mom's body shields me, something comes into the corner of my vision. The alcoholic lady falls with her wagon and tumbles from the shaking. Toot.
逃げてそうちゃん
Thud. I'm thrown down. I hold Michiko with all my might. I can't adjust to what is happening and, as a result, am tossed around by the violent shaking. My body floats in the air, and a delayed pain strikes me. My lungs are being crushed, and the wind is getting forcibly pushed out of my body. Shock of the impact, followed by pain. A cry of agony leaves my body. One moment, I'm exhaling. The next moment, all the blood in my body drops. What was that pain? The one that felt like my lungs were being crushed. I can't see anything. I can't move. I hear a crackling sound mixed with the raindrops. Nauseating bloody smell mixed in with the scent of something charred. Hear a voice. My right hand still moves. I reach out with it. I search around by extending my fingers the farthest they can go. Michiko. Michiko. My voice is gone from all the screaming. No doubt the smell grows stronger, but then begins to dissipate. My hand continues to search, though even if I can't see, I can sense where my twin is. Squish. Oh. When my fingers register the sensation, I know. Even if I can't see, even if my sense of touch is dulled, I know. I'd know even without even needing touch.
様、相鉄様。
I know without seeing or hearing. I've repeated it time and time again.
夢か。
汗お拭きしますね。ひどくうなされてらっしゃいましたが。
大事ない。ただの夢だ。
Yes. It's only a dream. It's the same dream I've had over and over. But it's been years since the dreams have been that vivid. We've taken the past few days to check on the damaged parts and stuck with 8620 the whole time. That must be the cause. Yes, that's right. Today is...
レールショップに行く約束か。
そうですね。8620修復に関しての所見をくださるとのことです。
うん。
The more we check on 8620, the more damage we find, revealing a certain fact. And that fact is the reduction in function of Hachiroku as a rail lord to the point that she can't even find ways to repair the damage.
私が従前であれば余計なお手間をポーレットさんにおかけしないで済みましたのに。
余計な手間などとは微塵も思っていなかろう。機器として作業にかかっていたではないか。
それは確かにそうですが。
I hear soft footsteps running toward us. I hear a panicking voice behind the sliding door.
86、ニーニーまだ起きない？
ちょうど今。
起きたぞ。
ニーニー、兄さん、おはようございます。
おはよう。とは言い難いか。すまんな。寝過ごして迷惑をかけた。
After bowing, the sliding door opens just a crack. Hibiki glances at me and gives a big smile.
迷惑なんて大丈夫ですよ、兄さん。まだ間に合います。
I look at the clock and see we have 15 minutes until the appointment. I see. If we use the aircraft, we can still make it.
そうだな。よし。
There's no time to wash up. I take off my wet pajamas and...
ニーニー、私、先行っただ
見積もり不能？
はい。
Paulette says in a tone filled with regret as she hands over some documents that have been neatly filed.
市場がなければ相場もないか。
We found the listed everything. We've found and listed everything needed to revive 8620, and Paulette compiled and required repair list. The required repair list. Do it after Hachiroku's route. I don't think I will. Despite being so elaborate and clear, the line with estimate on it is completely blank. I can already feel the pressure of it weighing down on me.
回収費、この状況だと正直億を超える可能性もあると思います。
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that Taito didn't bother fixing the train.
億って。
Hibiki's gaze turns to the wall of the rail shop. What she sees there is the fares list of the Hoitoyo Railway Kuma River Line.
お人よから湯の井までが大人690円でしょ。だったら1億円だとして144928人のお客さんを運べば320円の利益が出ます。
Yeah, good luck with that. As expected of a rail lord, Reina's computation was done in an instant. Hatsudoku, who's next to her, closes her mouth. Wait, closes her mouth that she had opened. Wait, what? Only a few moments earlier. Wait. Hatsudoku, who's next to her, closes her mouth that she had opened only a few moments earlier. Right. Hibiki, on the other hand, is slack-jawed.
14
144,000.
14万4928人と聞いたぞ。
14万5千ってお人よの人口よ そうですね。今、市の人口は3万5千を割り込んでますから。
I'm sure it's fine. You, you just get the entire population of the city to ride the train like 5 times, and then you'll reach the 144,000. Paulette gives a wry smile. Hibiki holds her head to her hands.
まともにいけば採算は極めて厳しいわけか。
客車のこととか固定費とかを考えないでそれですから、観光列車ですから指定席券でやれるとしても。
Paulette doesn't finish her sentence. She quietly hangs her head low.
ならば絡めていくほかないな。8620復活をエアクラ工場誘致反対のための旗印とする。
旗印ですか？
未造船が起きればお人よは緩やかに死んでいく。そうと理解している者は決して少なくないはずだ。
それは、はい、そうですよね。
Paulette places her right index finger to her lips.
潜在的には多くの人が疑問や不安を持ってるはずです。銀行さんと対立したくなくて様子見をしているだけで。
She clears her throat. Hibiki stands up.
兄さん、なんだか難しいお話みたいですから、ちょっと外の空気を吸ってきません？
ああ。
それじゃ少し失礼します。ほう、レイナもそろそろ修行準備を進めておきます。
Yeah, you need to change into maintenance mode.
お願いね、レイナ。
Rena stands up and exits the rail shop with light footsteps. She bows politely and Hibiki quietly follows after her. He probably didn't want to get into a debate or didn't want to be influenced. Whatever the case, she isn't going to change her position on being for the factory.
どうしたんでしょう、響ちゃん、急に。
あれはあれで大人だということだ。
はあ。
ともかくさっきの話だが、
8620を復活させての観光誘致を水資源の保護とその先にまで関連づけるってことですよね。
その通りだ。
She's quick to understand. Paulette has already organized in her mind what is the objective and what is the means for it.
球磨川の町、水の町、温泉と焼酎の町。お人よのイメージが広く定着すれば、誘致も頓挫しよ
う。悪くない。とてもいいです。SL は水がなければ動けませんし。
Hachinoku nods to Paulette's words, as if she understands my intentions.
この町はそもそも球磨川の町ですから、関連付けのポイントいくらでもあるって思います。
なら、その方向でまずは動くか。
即決ですか？
何か問題でも。
When he asked her frankly, Paulette's cheeks turn red.
問題っていうか、もう少し検討しても、うまくいかなかった時のこととか。
では、あげてくれ。うまくいかないと何が困る？
Paulette folds her pale fingers.
失敗したら回収のめどが立たなくて8620は走れなくて工場の誘致反対が盛り上がらない。
そうだな。つまりは失敗しても現状維持な上、時間と労力を支払うだけで誤った選択を潰せるわけだ。
はあ。
Her eyes open wide as she nods. Paulette then laughs cheerfully.
本当だ。そうてつくんの言う通り。それなら、やらないと損ですね。
うん。だからやるさ。ついては、知恵を貸してほしい。
はい。協力者候補ですか？
ああ。まずは一人。我々以外に意見をくれる味方が欲しい。
どういう人がいいでしょう？
そうだな。
Let me go over it. The repair of 8620 is not a plan that can withstand any kind of obstruction. In that case, we should go for firm places.
鉄道や観光関連の知識や技術を持つ者。その上で、工場誘致に表立って反対しているとありがたい。
Don't forget to voice act Nagi when she pops up. Right. Yeah.
なら、こことかはどうでしょう？
Paulette pulls out a sheet of paper from the rack. She points at one part of it while handing it to me.
静か。ん
どうしたんですか、そうてつくん。
She handed me the Ohitoyo hand-drawn map. The illustrations appear very familiar to me.
響きの絵だぞ、これは。
Oh,
そうだったんですか？
why do you have this? Thanks for the hydrate. I've seen these pictures ever since Hibiki was small. No matter how much her skill advances, I never mistake what is deeply rooted in those pictures and the stretch.
ははトロリューも書いてある。なるほど。これが響きの仕事か。
Why is she drawing maps?
このイラストマップ、銀行さんが主体で作ってくれたものなんですけど。
うん。
It's well made. Even if I'm not a tourist, it makes me want to ask about the illustrated points.
銀行サイド。エアクラ工場誘致派もまた、お人よの復興を真摯に願っていることは確からしいな。
そうですよね。その思いは同じ。どこを最優先すべきかが私たちとは違うだけで。
うん。
Water pollution, an excessive dependence on a single business. If I do not see the danger in that, it would appear that bringing in the factory is the shortest route to the rebuilding of Ohitoyo.
ともかく、このイラストマップは良いものだ。響きを褒めてやらねばな。
After I say that, Paulette takes out a pocket watch from her pocket and peeks at it. A gold case with fine decorations, unlike the simple railway clock that Hachiroku uses, it gives a completely different impression. Yeah, that's that rich girl money.
私もそろそろ乗務の準備にかかります。
ああ、すまん。朝方の貴重な時間をありがとう。
そんな、だってもう私たちチームじゃないですか。8620の復活は私にとっても希望ですから。
そう言ってもらえればありがたい。
Hachiroku, who is next to me, also bows deeply. I don't know whether to call her modest or reserved. It seems that she has no intention of speaking up when it is regarding 8620.
制服でしたし、響ちゃんも今日は登園ですよね。
うん。登園日だと聞いている。
だったらもうホームに行ってるかも。あら？
Right when we are about to turn the corner, Paulette stops in her tracks. She shirks away before asking Hachiroku and me to follow her.
おう。
Fox.
よかばいよかばい。お腹いっぱいになるまで食べて構わんけんね。
Hibiki's feeding a tattered-looking puppy with her lunchbox. Right, yes. That's a dog.
まあ、
そんなん気にせんとよかよ。私、今ダイエット中やけんね。
As if it understands Hibiki's words, the puppy eats its share of the lunchbox. Hibiki watches it gently. It understands what she would, why she would do that, but
いいんです、そうてつくん。
hang on, what does the sound settings say? On. Okay, well, that's just the actual name of the fox. Right when I was about to step out to reprimand Hibiki, Paulette's voice stops me.
しかし、駅だぞ。ノラが味を占めていつきでもしたら。
それはそれでいいかなって。
なぜだ？
駅長猫って昔はたくさんいたそうなんです。観光列車の拠点駅とかに。
Yeah, but that's a cat. That's different.
おう。
I see. It's just how it is. Wait, a station master cat? A cat?
犬だろ、あれは。
That's not a dog. That's a fox. It's even yipping like one.
子猫ちゃんですよ。痩せっぽっちの。
Excuse me?
私には犬にも猫にも見えませんが。
That's because it's neither. It's closer to dog than cat, but you know, I guess foxes can be both. It's iffy. Satisfied with a full stomach, the supposed puppy runs briskly away from Hibiki. We have work to do. Have they never seen a fox before? Like, look, I get Sotetsu might be confused that it looks like a dog, but how is Paulette convinced that it's a cat? The face structure is completely off.
ポーレット、すまんがここで解散だ。響に見つからぬよう言ってくれ。
はい。けど。
Paulette's eyes look at me as if asking for a reason.
なぜだか恥じてしまうのだ、響は。自分の成果や善意を人に見られることを。
そうなんですか？
私短いお付き合いですが、響のそうしたところは何度か目にしています。
そうなんだ。
He must have been convinced by Hachiroku's remark. Paulette nods and then tiptoes away from the scene.
それなら私はこっそり常務に。そうてつくん、八六ちゃん、頑張ってね。
せっかくの響の地図だ。歩くとしよ
はい、相鉄様。
Why do the main streets by stations of regional areas all look similar? Then again, you take one turn and the scenery completely changes.
あら？
ん？
ステンドグラスの時計塔ですか。随分と目立つものですね。
熊本銀行お人よし店。エアクラ工場誘致推進派の、いわば総本山だな。
あ、ここがそうでしたか。
Hachiroku nods slightly and becomes quiet. Even after waiting a while, Hachiroku doesn't speak, so I begin wondering about the meaning of her silence.
この建物だが。
はい。
86はどのように感じているのだ？
How do you feel about it Dexter, how do you feel about it?
よろしいのではないかと思いますよ。
どのように？
古きガラスの積み重ねを足場に、新しい時を刻む。主張がそのまま明快に形と示されていますので。
おう、面白いな。
Although Hachiroku may be reading too far into it, she may also be correct. If that's what the Kumamoto Bank or Hitoyo branch is aiming for, their destination is somewhat different from ours.
ここを曲がってしばらく行けば、鍛冶屋横丁という通りに入る。
While saying that, I pick up the pace. These are the sights of good old Ohitoyo, aged to the modern day, and I want to show that to Hachiroku.
まあ、
Her voice is much more flowery than before. Hachiroku begins to gleefully glance about.
いいですね。こちらの方がずーっといいです。宗哲様を育ててくれた、そんな空気を感じるようです。
You might be coming sooner than you think. Okay.
そうか。そう言われると、なんとも誇らしい気持ちを感じる。
The miso storehouse, shochu brewery, soy sauce storehouses, and tea houses. The unchanging town that I lived in.
宗哲様、ここのようですね。
うん。
A weathered and seasoned storefront showcases an obviously high quality showcases of obviously high quality knives line the stores. But there doesn't seem to be anyone here.
奥が工場になっているのかな？
そのようですね。ごめんくださいまし。
Perhaps Hachiroku's call didn't reach them. There's no response. I decide to speak even louder.
すみません。平井ポーレットさんの紹介で来ました。右田宗哲と申すものです。
ああ、今市長さんから電話もらっておりました。
Is that the grandpa from Sugar Temptation? I see a tanned old man. He comes closer with a big smile on his face. Hang on, I need to look this up. Oh, fucking grandpa, where are you? I'm still on. Yeah, hang on. Jesus. Man, the grandpa doesn't have a thing on VNDB.
ミノカサですたい。
He removes his gloves, and we shake hands. The base of his thumb is thick and tough, the hand of a craftsman for sure. Cradled in my arm, Hachiroku holds out her hand.
旧蹄鉄8620系トップナンバー8620専用レールロード86と申します。
からご丁寧に。
Also, I haven't mentioned this before, but Hachiroku's name literally just means 86, right? Hachi and Uroku is 8 and 6 because her train number's 8620. I now see why Paulette recommended him above everyone else. He's an easygoing and gentle person.
話ばざっとは聞きました。事故で壊れた蒸気を修復したいいう話でしたが。
はい。
I inform him of 8620's state and talk about how I'd like to connect the revival of 8620 to promoting tourism, leading to activism against the factory. After listening to everything I had to say, old man Minokasa gives a long sigh.
疎外に運べばよろしかとですが、まあ難しか話でしょうな。
I mean, no one said it would be easy, so...
困難なことは分かっています。ですので、一つずつでも成果を出していきたいのです。
Next to me, Hachiroku also bows deeply.
いやいや、そげなことせんでください。わしなんぞ何にもできんと思いますけんね。
でしたら、僕に部品作りをご指導ください。体力にはいささか自信があります。
After responding instantly, his eyebrows twitch.
右田の長男さん言うたら、帝都に行かれたいう話でしょ。
はい。
It's a large house in a small town. The circumstances of the Mikita family are already known to everyone.
その人がどぎゃんなわけでそこまで。
Knowledge.
この町に僕は救われたからです。
The pursuit of knowledge. If I had not been welcomed into the Mikita family, if I had not learned so much in Ohitoyo, I would have long been dead. Because I know that in my heart of hearts, I'm resolute in my answer.
だから、お人よ、球磨川と焼酎と温泉の、この水の町を救いたいんです。
Old man Minokasa closes his eyes, deep in thought. He lightly scratches his head with white hair.
右田の酒はうまかとですからね。球磨川の水ば汚れて、あん酒が飲めんようになるのはつらかとですな。
それでは。
言うても、コンジーに何ができるか。蒸気の部品ば作ったこともなかですけんね。
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
そうなのですか？
キハ07の車軸ばようけ壊れますけん。あれだけは何度も何度も作り直しておりますがの。
Old man Minokasa quietly tells me about it. The Minokasa Forge specializes in making agricultural tools. Before the track closure era, I didn't even dream of dealing with rail parts.
小倉のあたりに蹄鉄の車両工場ばあったそうですたい。そこがのうなって、まあ、やむなく言うところでしょうの。
ご謙遜を。
ええ、本当にご謙遜だと感じます。
Saying that with rapt attention, Hachiroku turns to look around the store.
ここの刃物は皆命を持っているようです。命を持った部品など蹄鉄でもほとんど見ませんでした。
Hachiroku's honest admiration makes old man Minokasa squint his eyes. He opens up the blueprints he had and studies them.
この8620やらの車軸はどぎゃん素材でできておりますかの。
Blueprints we had.
86。
はい。
She stands proud and gets up to answer, but then falters. Her mouth moves, but words don't seem to come out. Did she just forget? That's my first reaction anyway. But Hachiroku, a rail lord, can't possibly forget that of all things. One possibility is some loss of data, or perhaps she can't recall it. That part of her may be damaged.
ああ、事故があったいう話でしたの。
Her Perhaps because he came to that same conclusion as me. Old man Minokasa looks at Hachiroku in a consoling way.
なら、一番太か車軸の目方を教えてくれればよかですよ。寸法と目方がわかりゃ、素材の見当もつきますけん。
目方、重量ですね。動輪車軸の重量。
The data must be very basic, but she's unable to reproduce it. Hachiroku's lips continue to move, but like a goldfish gasping for air, she's unable to produce words.
ああ、よかです。よかですたい。駅まで実物を見せてもらいに行きますけん。
お手数をありがとうございます。
なんの乗りかかった船。じゃあ中ですね。機関車ですけん。
You don't look at me with that face, you fucking... He's trying to be considerate. I respond with laughter to old man Minokasa's joke. But Hachiroku isn't laughing. The feeling of shame causes her to become teary-eyed. She's doing her best to hold it back. But how can she be teary-eyed when her maintenance body doesn't require water? Hold it in, Hachiroku. If you cry, it'll look like you're blaming old man Minokasa. Oh, Hachiroku already knows that. That's why she's holding back her tears. But she can't. Oh, that's right.
不調なようだな。蒸気排水のシステムが。
はい、そのようです。
Not good. It might have been a poor choice to make her speak. Even if she says they're not tears, her voice is obviously trembling.
女の子ば泣かせるやつは許せんばーい。
A shout full of spirit comes from behind. The moment I feel it, my body moves reflexively. I catch it. At the same time, I dodge whatever it is.
ムテか。
A real sword or a wooden one. I feel the presence of a weapon. The thin wrists I hold in my hands are not holding on to anything.
そんなん無手で当然ばい。生き物相手に剣を振るうはご法度たい。
おお、剣道を習っているのか。いい師に恵まれているようだな。
当然ばい。うちのお師さんは日の本一位。ってなんで悪党にそげのこつ。
I don't want to do her voice anymore.
相鉄様は悪党などではございません。
A thunderous cry, Hachiroku's angry voice is thrown out with her tears.
これなぎまた早とちりばし腐って。
じいちゃん、これどぎゃんこつね。
I don't want to do her voice. His voice like that. Fuck off.
誤解をさせてしまったらしいね。ひとまず落ち着いて説明をさせてもらえるか。
I let go of her hand, looking her in the eyes, and begin to talk slowly. For as long as I can remember, when Hibiki panics, this is what I have to do to calm her down. Rumble.
じいちゃん、この人誰と？
But it didn't work like it did with Hibiki. The girl Nagi hides behind old man Minokasa.
右田のほれお人よで一等古か焼酎蔵さんの息子さんや。
焼酎屋さんが何しに来たと？なんで女の子ば泣かせた？
Nagi's eyes squint at me. A strong hostility grows in her tiny body. Okay, it wasn't Sotetsu who made her cry. It was the old man, okay?
わかった 女の子、焼酎屋さんの連れとや。で、じいちゃんがつけば払おうってやらんけん。
アホ
Mac. Nagi finally begins to calm down after getting her forehead flicked.
違うと謎ばい。さっぱり事情がわからんばい。
That's because you're not listening. I hold back what I wanted to say and go with something more socially appropriate.
かいつまめば、僕らは君のおじい様に協力を願いに来た。何の協力かといえば、蒸気機関車の修復だ。
蒸気機関車？
She turns her head to the side, not knowing what it is. After a few moments, though, she figures it out.
うん、蒸気機関車って絵本とかに出てくる汽車ポッポとや。何のためにそげなもん直すと？
蒸気機関車を軸にした観光誘致を行い、それをエアクラ工場誘致撤回へとつなげていくためだ。
誘致撤回！
Nagi's voice volume changes suddenly. Her face brightens up, and she runs close to me.
ちょったら兄さん、よか人ばい。誤解しとって悪かったばい。
誤解が解けたなら何よりだ。
She suddenly jerks at my sleeve. Nagi is grabbing me and pulling me aside.
じいちゃん、この兄さんら深見ちゃんとこ案内してあげてもよかと？
早瀬さんとこ。ああ、そらよかとね。
Old man Minakasa nods and turns to me.
右田さん、2時間ほど時間ばもらえませんかいね。
This is perfect. It'll take Paulette and Raina 2 hours to go to Yunoi and back.
大丈夫です。何をすれば？
そんなら、うちとこの孫娘について行ってやってください。
Old man Minakasa smiles, but his eyes aren't smiling in the slightest. Then explain what his eyes are doing in the sprite.
お人よの観光の実情がどぎゃんもんか。あで少しは分かってもらえると思いますけん。
Maitetsu. But what does Maitetsu even mean? Where's the voice acting for Nagi? There hasn't been a good line, okay? I follow the path according to memory and arrive at a place different from what I remember.
ここは。
球磨川下りの発船所ばい。見りゃわかるばい。
いや、それはそうなのだが。
It's August right now, right in the middle of summer break. This is one of the few tourist spots in Ohitoyo, and yet there's almost no one here.
ああ、定休日とか、そういうことか。
定休日なら閉まってるばい。営業日ばい。
それもそうだな。
I doubt it's because of her training with the sword, but Nagi's words are sharp just the same. It's so good that it's hard to continue in the conversation.
なぎちゃん。
A surprisingly gloomy voice, Hachidoku shrugs. I look around for the source of the voice, but she's nowhere to be found.
お客さんにそんな言い方、失礼。営業時間にこそこそ本読んどる方が失礼ばい。
Nagi flies. She goes behind the reception counter and pulls something out from behind the pillar.
深見ちゃん、そんなんじゃお客さん来ても帰っちゃうばい。やめてなぎちゃん、しおりせめて挟ませて。
うん。
She seems like a calm girl. She's sitting on a chair, but I can tell that she's tall. She's bigger than Nagi, and yet she's being dragged around by her. The chair she's sitting on is being pulled. She tries to resist.
相鉄様。
そうだな。
There's no time to be zoning out.
ナギ、お前の師匠は力を持って人に何かを強いることを教えたのか？
そぎゃんかこつ教わるわけなか。力とは弱き者を守るためにこそ振る。
Her words and actions don't exactly align here. Nagi seems to have realized that, and all of a sudden, she stops pulling at this Fukami. Fukami loses her balance, but Nagi catches her.
危なかった。なぎちゃん、助けてくれてありがとう。水草かとよ、深見ちゃん。困った時はお互い様ばい。
Jesus. She's boasting about saving Fukami when, in fact, she was the one who nearly sent her to the floor in the first place. Nagi smiles innocently, as if she's completely forgotten about instigating the whole thing. Maybe Fukami feels relieved by it, though she still has the book open in her hands while she smiles.
突然の来訪で読書の邪魔をしてしまったようだね。
別に邪魔とかじゃ。
She hangs onto the still open book and holds it up between us. It's as if it's her protective shield or something.
地方における都市計画、観光による活性化か。随分と勉強熱心なのだな。
She closes her book. Our gazes meet for a brief moment before she turns away again.
深見ちゃん、ちょっと人見知りばい。慣れれば仲良くなれたい。
そうか。ならば無理なく慣れてくれ。
About this girl, Fukami. It may sound harsh, but I honestly don't care who she is. As old man Minokasa told me, my top priority is to learn about the current state of Ohitoyo's tourism.
深見ちゃんでいいのかな？
She hides behind her now closed book and nods numerous times.
受付に座っていたようだが、君はここの人なのか？
そうばい。ここのオーナーの緑おばちゃんの一人娘が深見ちゃんばい。
なるほど。それならばすまないが、オーナーの緑さんをお呼びいただけないかなと。
Uh-oh. I may have rushed things a little too much. It's not proper to ask for an introduction without even introducing myself first.
僕の名は右田宗哲。エアクラ工場誘致反対のために帰郷し、縁あってこの86のオーナーになった。
相鉄様からご紹介に預かりました。旧蹄鉄8620系蒸気機関車8620専用レールロード86です。
工場誘致反対。
She must have calmed down. I could finally make out what she's saying.
そうばい。この兄さんらはうちたちの味方ばい。じゃっけー深見ちゃんとこ連れてきたばい。
She nods. The book she's been using as a shield gradually lowers.
私、早瀬深見です。この発洗所のオーナー代理です。一応。
Ayase Nagatoro.
オーナー代理？
緑おばちゃん体ば弱くて入院したり退院したりの繰り返しばい。
An elementary school student is the acting owner. Listen, okay? She's the only one fit for the job.
今日も病院で、だからお話なら私聞きます。
なるほど。
It doesn't matter who it is, really. What I need to do doesn't change, so I'll just try to explain things the best I can. I'll talk about how I met Nagi, and why we were standing in front of her.
蒸気機関車で観光振興。
Ukami finally lifts her head up. Her eyes look overly cautious. Or should I say fearful? She looks at Hachiroku and me for a few seconds, and then goes back to looking down.
私、オーナー代理で頑張ってるんですけど、だけどやっぱり毎日全然お客さん来てくれなくて。
そうか。
I couldn't bring myself to say I thought so. Even though I was getting the sense that there not being any customers today wasn't an isolated event. But if it's truly like this every day, the business itself is in danger. How does Sotetsu get away from having a three-way relationship with Nagi and Fukami? Vision novel logic.
だから観光振興やってくれるならすごく助かります。手伝えること、できることだったらやりたいです。
ありがとう。
But even if the number of tourists increases, if she's the salesperson here, the future is, well, treacherous. What are their parents going to think? Well, you know, one of them is probably going to die soon, and the other one's probably going to die soon. You know how it is. Actually, no. It's too early to make that judgment. Anyway, let's see the current situation of tourism.
ならば、僕と86に球磨川下りを経験させてくれ。料金は無論、大人2人分を払う。
はい。ありがとうございます。大人2人で税込み7560円になります。
You know, Kasa is Nagi's grandfather. Yeah, and he's gonna die soon, so... I take out a 10,000 yen bill and receive back 2,000 yen and some change. My honest thought about this is that it's much more expensive than I expected.
それじゃあ、ライフジャケットの付け方からご説明。
Shit.
それじゃあ、ライフジャケットの付け方からご説明しま。
Pretty bad spot to replay the voice line when there's a very retro-sounding phone. Fukami panics briefly, but quickly hands over the life jacket to Nagi.
なぎちゃん、お願い。任せとくばい。ちょっと、失礼します。
Fukami goes for the phone.
お待たせいたしました。お人よ球磨川下り発船所、受付の早瀬でございます。もう。
Hachiroku gives out an impressed sigh as she nods. Fukami seems completely different on the phone than when speaking to us.
よそ見しとったらいかんばい。
なあ、すまん。
I'm not good with talking on the phone. Yeah, me neither.
ライフジャケットの付け方はちゃんと聞いとかんと死ぬたい。
それもそうだな。申し訳ないが、もう一度説明を頼めるか。
よかばい。
After saying that, Agi definitely puts on the life jacket in a way that's easy for us to see.
表裏前後ろ気ぃつけて着ればそれでよか。 水に落ちたら勝手に膨らみよるけんね。
That was a good line for Nagi. You know, I was hoping that you'd forget. So you've got Nagi, right?
任せとくばい。
And then you got Makasetakubai! Fuck off. I'm never doing that shit again. It's the worst. You put that on repeat for later. No. I don't even... whatever.
私はジュニアサイズなのですか？
Nagi, what were you talking about before? Life vests. Yeah.
単に背丈の問題だろ
I can hide this again.
それはそうなのでしょうけれど。
サイズば合えばどれでんよかたい。合わんのつけたら水に落ちたとき死ぬだけばい。
To Fukami. I guess that's easier. Especially since her dialect is not that strange. Well, I haven't been paying attention to how she speaks. Do Hachiroku. I already did Hachiroku. Obviously still reluctant about it. Hachiroku puts on this children's size life jacket. Again. How about you give me... Okay, I'll do it again if you bribe me. Never mind. As Hachiroku requested, I'm holding onto the crew bag inside is naturally her operation body. Sorry about that. You're really gonna bribe me to replicate try to imitate Hachiroku's voice again? If she exchanges the tablet, even the children's sizes, it will be too large for her. I wonder how she'd use the life jacket. Oh.
お待たせしました。
This one's easier, right? Omatase shimashita. See? It's a lot more breathy, but yeah.
お待たせしました。
But still. See, that one I don't need to practice. After finishing her phone call, Fukami comes back to us. She's slouching a bit, as if she's sorry. Because she is rather tall, makes her overall impression stiff. The elated feeling we had for the tourism activities suddenly feels stifled a bit. May I bribe you to moan in Hachiroku's pitch? I don't know if I don't think I can, so don't bother trying. Don't bother.
船の方にご案内します。水しぶきかからないよう気をつけてください。
Moan in your voice. I literally have a clip for it. So no. I'm not doing that shit again.
86これが熊川だ
Send it. You can look through it. You can look through the clips. It's literally my Clutzy Cupid one. Show me. No. Hatadoku. Yeah, no. Sotetsu said that. You're distracting me. She turns around while saying that and twists her body. Hatadoku sits on my lap as if she's in her operation body and wavers side to side on the boat.
大きいですね。大きく広く、まるで包まれているようです。
But speaking of operation body, where is it? Because they're on the boat. They're on the water now. So like, you can't have both of them. The verdure of the forests on both sides of the river, as well as the blue-green color of the river water, the waterfowl's song, and the flapping of their wings, the breeze that carries the scent of the water.
そうだな包み込まれて同時に解放されてるような気に僕はなる
解放
She opens her arms and stretches widely.
本当ですね、相鉄様。まるで反対の気持ちなのに 両方一度に感じます。
After that, Hatadoku politely sits still on my lap, as if she has always belonged there. Knock. Slight shock. Wondering what it was, I take a look and see Fukami at the front of the ship, hitting the rocks with the pole. She's standing up straight for a change. The boat is clearly an unstable platform to stand on, and yet Fukami uses her tall stature to skillfully manipulate the oar. You do realize that it'd be harder because of how tall she is to stand on the boat, right? The center of gravity is a lot higher. In turn, it's a lot more skillful than it's essentially pointing out.
川こそが深見様にとっての線路なのですね。
Like Operation Body Hachiroku would have a much easier time balancing herself while standing up on this kind of unbalanced surface. Yeah.
あ
I nod to Hachiroku's statement. This is what it means for her to be in her element.
なぎちゃん。任せとくわい。お客さん、水しぶき気をつけた方がよかったよ。
お
相鉄様、冷たくて心地いいですね。
Yeah, thank God Hachiroku isn't made of metal, or else she'd start to rust.
そうだな。
We get into the fast current, and the river's personality suddenly changes. The boat jumps around while water falls on my head like an evening shower. A cold evening shower.
どこよいしょ。どっこいしょ。
Fukami thrusts at the rocks lightly with the pole to fix the direction of the boat. Is that not what Nagi has? Is she not steering the boat? What's the point of Nagi then? Right behind us is Nagi at the stern with the paddle, moving it left and right to follow Fukami's lead. Yeah, no, she's literally steering it, so like, what's the point of pushing the rocks away?
大したものだな。
はい。こんなにお船が揺れているのに、私少しも恐ろしくありません。
I don't think it's because the boat is not hitting the rocks, it's because you're sitting in Sotetsu's lap.
確かに。
Just looking at Fukami and Nagi's confident movements gives me reassurance. Soon the water splashes and the shaking of the boat subside as we filter back into a gentle current.
二人はこの仕事は長いのか。
深見ちゃんはそれこそ子供の頃からわい。うちはまだ始めて2年目たい。
2年目。
2年目でその落ち着きなのですか？
友張りは船頭よりも覚えることが少ないけんね。船頭に回ったらうちはまだまるでダメたい。
ほう。
The one who stands at the bow to control the ship is the sendo, and the one who uses the paddle to follow the sendo is called the Tomahari. Where are the glossary entries for those two, huh? After making her explanation, Nagi shrugs.
熊川下りはお客さんが減りすぎて船頭さんたちが辞めてっちゃったって深見ちゃん困っとったばい。
それで、なぎさんも友張のお仕事に？
Like he said before, the fact that an elementary schooler is the co-owner of this, and now both employees are elementary schoolers, like...
簡単に言えばそういうことい。これも剣術修行ばい。なぎちゃん。と 船頭交代ばい。ここから先にはもう背がないけんね。
そうか。気をつけてな。
気をつけるのは兄さんたちばい。ライフジャケット紐締め直しといた方がよかよ。
おいおい。
Nagi heads to the front of the boat after the inappropriate joke. Fukami hands the pole to Nagi, says a few words of advice, and then carefully moves to the back of the boat.
見事な手際だったな。ナギが、深見ちゃんは小さな頃からと言っていたが。
そうですね。赤ちゃんの頃からゆりかご代わりに私、船に揺られていたそうですから。
There's a pretty shit cradle half the time.
はあ。
She positions herself at the stern to hold the paddle, but her back is still straight. She stands tall and watches over Nagi at the bow.
だから、船の上のお仕事だったら平気なんです。けど、経営とか、宣伝とかそういうの、わからなくて。
みどりさんと言ったか。ご病気の前はその方が。
はい。母と父が、その頃はすごく繁盛していたんです。父が過労で倒れちゃうくらいに。
乗ったことがある。その頃の川下り船に。
そうなんですか？
Fukami cracks a smile. Her gaze turns to the horizon down the river far, far away.
右田の家の養子になってほどない頃だ。タイトさんとギフとギボと枕姉と響と。
いかがでしたか？
まだ慣れなくてな。緊張して船の外ばかりを見ていた。季節はちょうど今頃で。
It was a bustling sight. There were numerous boats lined up, and all of them were filled to the brim with customers. That was the thing that made me warm up to the whole process, and by the time I exited the boat, I was able to speak more naturally.
景色は変わっていないような気がするよ。夏の球磨川の穏やかなところも荒いところも。
川は毎日が別の表情で、だけどずっと同じ顔をしてるんです。
表情と顔か。
The surface of the water is written as the face of the water. I've never thought about the river having a face or expressions, but now I'm interested about the ones who do see it every day. I thought this visual novel was about trains, not fucking boats.
球磨川はどうだ？男か女か。どんな顔をしているのだ？
Also about planes too? Like, Jesus Christ.
女性、女の子です。思春期の。
ほう。
お姉さんな感じで、表情豊かで可愛らしくて、だけどたまに怒ると、ものすごく荒れる。
情が深いといった感じか？
そうです。そういう。
After saying that, Fukami looks around the river lovingly.
底知れなくて、激しくて、知ろうとしてもわからない。とても面倒な女の子だから、その分、とても魅力的。
Fukami's eyes turn to me. There's nothing hidden atop the river. Fukami, standing tall, looks straight at me.
わかりやすくて簡単なものは、浅くて薄いです。それはきっと長くは持たず、とても大きなゴミになる。
なるほど。
My evaluation of her changes. At first, I didn't care one bit about her. but the meaning behind her name rings true. Fukami meaning depth fits her perfectly. If I can bring out her potential, she can become a huge supporting force for Ohitoyo.
それがエアクラ工場誘致に反対する理由か。
そうです。
But, okay, fuck. Actually,
そうです。
what I mean is, it should play the audio of the voice line even after you skip to the next text, especially when there isn't one, there isn't another voice line after.
私は熊川が好きだから。
Also, I don't think I said. Let's out a sigh of relief.
しかしだ。
She's bright and strong deep down. There is no need to treat her like a child.
環境を守れたところで生活が守れねば人と住処は滅びるぞ。
And this is how you can justify the hate scenes. Because she's too mature for a child. When she's doing her job.
そうして人の手が絶えてしまえば、自然に帰るといえば言葉は綺麗ですけれど。
Fukami's gaze starts to wander away from me. Her back starts to round and slouch.
SL による観光振興が成功したとて、このありさまでは川下り観光は復活できまい。
だから頑張って。
Bonk. I hear a hard impact followed by the boat veering.
あ、平気です。なぎちゃんがちょっと下手なだけです。
Fukami tells me that before my worries run away with me. Even during our conversation, he had been looking at Nagi. She's better than expected. A diamond in the rough. Hachiroku's face. Yeah, I know.
特別に頑張ろうとするから空転するのだ。おそらくはな。ただ、船の上と同じように陸の上でもやればよい。それだけで接客だの宣伝だのの問題はあらかた消えるぞ。
Fukami looks surprised, or rather fearful. She begins to round her back again.
自分では気づいていないのか。それだ。それが陸の上でのお前の姿だ。
どっちが。
背筋です。身を守ろうとでもしているように丸まって、せっかくの美しい立ち姿が台無しではないですか。
美しい立ち姿です。
How do you justify Nagi's hate scenes? Well, you know, if Fukami turns to the front of the boat,
なぎちゃんのこと？
you know,
どういう解釈でそうなるか。お前だ、深見。船の上でのお前の姿は堂々として美しくあるぞ。
no, clearly, it's because she, yeah. I'll probably just gloss over it. No, of course they are.
やだ、ない、そんなこと。
おっと。
Perhaps out of diffidence. Is that a word? She begins to row the paddle while swinging her arms wildly.
なぜないのですか？単なる事実だと思うのですが。
Okay, I need to look this up. Diffidence is hang on. Diffident means modest or shy because of a lack of self-confidence. The noun diffidence comes from the Latin word diffidere, meaning to mistrust or to lack confidence. Diffidence is often mistaken for snootiness because people don't understand that the diffident person is shy and lacking in confidence. Okay, listen, before you start using words that aren't commonly used in the English language, maybe you should start by hiring proofreaders. Sounds like me, yeah.
だって学園で
She shrinks away even more. Her face is now pointed down, and she's looking at me with upturned eyes.
私大きいから可愛くないってクラスの子男の子なんてデカ子とか私のこと
女子のそれは妬みでしょう。男子のそれは照れ隠しというものでしょう。
でも私本当にこんな大きいから可愛いわけない。
That's cap.
ならば、そこは認めよう。深見、お前は可愛くない。その理由は大きいからだ。
そうてつ様。
Yeah, I don't know why you said that. Fukami already made up her mind about it. There's no way to convince her otherwise. Dexter, shut up.
だが、可愛いと美しいは別物だ。
No shit. They're different words.
お前を可愛くなくする大きさゆえに、背筋を伸ばし自信に満ちたお前は、ひときわ美しい。
それに凛々しく、頼もしくもあります。
Atsudoku's voice. She says what is on my mind in a straightforward way.
深見様の凛としたお姿のおかげで、不慣れな船の上でも私、とても安心できました。
Bobble. Good job, Nagi. Just like she said herself, Nagi's terrible as the Sendo. Utterly terrible. But the reason why I don't feel any fear is because Fukami's eyes are constantly watching over her.
商売のことだけを考えろ。接客と宣伝のことだけでいい。可愛いだけの先導と、美しく凛々しく頼もしい先導と。お前が客なら、どちらの船に乗りたく思うか。
I mean, wouldn't it make Fukami think that she looks better than she thought if... Dexter, you can't apply hentai logic to everything, okay? Especially in... Just... no.
後の方です。だって川はとても危ない場所だから。
そうだ。仕事場は学園ではない。学園での評価を引きずる意味も理由も存在しない。
Fukami nods. She must always have wanted to do this, as it can be seen from her straightening her posture.
大きいお前が自然なお前だ。歪めれば無理が出て崩れる。おそらくそれは川でも同じことであろう。ならば少しずつ慣れろ。自分を伸びやかに扱うことに。そうすれば自然と背筋も伸び、問題も解消されていくさ。
わかった。と思う頭では。だからちょっとそうする方も頑張ってみるです。
うん。そうしてくれるなら僕も嬉しい。
私もです。美しいものが歪んでいるのをこれ以上見たくはありませんから。
ありがとう、相鉄お兄さん、86さん。
Fukami stands straight, stands straight again and looks to Nagi as a signal. Nagi nods, looking relieved.
もうすぐ着船です。船が着いたら二人はどうします？
ひとまずはお人よの駅まで戻ろうと思うが。
He called Sotetsu Oni-san. Well, you know, when you give life advice, you become the Oni-san.
なら一緒におじいちゃんのトラックに乗ってください。
おじいちゃんのトラック？
トラック、エアクラのトラックですか？
ガソリンの排気ガスとか出るやつです。
まあ、ガソリンエンジン車。
Atsudoku has inquiring eyes. She listens intently while nodding.
今時ずいぶん珍しいな。何か理由が？
発船所、湯の井にもあるから、もっと上流からの、もっと急流のやつ。
When is Maitetsu set? Good question.
なるほど。湯の井お人よ感なら。
Because... Okay, here's the thing, right? The visual novel has not stated when exactly it is set. But the fucking anime, right? That piece of dog shit, right? I spelled it wrong. That series said it takes place in 1989, right? So, you know, I would believe it's that the visual novel takes place around the same time.
術船配炭港でしたか。あの近く、エアクラが使えなくなる場所を通るのですね。
But the technology? Okay, well, you watch me play. You've played Amazing Grace.
そう、だからトラックです。今は湯の井の発船所、人が足りなくて使ってないけど。
ならば、共に頑張ろう。お人よの観光復権で、湯の井発船場も復活だ。
頑張るです。
After saying that, Kami begins staring at my face.
何でも言ってくださいです。手伝えることあったら、私、頑張ってやります。
Thanks for the hydrate.
ならば、人だ。誰か、人を紹介してもらえないか。
And the stretch.
人です？どんな人がいいですか？
Kami, please don't say anything. What the fuck are you talking about?
観光か鉄道のどちらか。できれば両方に詳しい人。そして、エアクラ工場誘致反対を明確にしている人だ。
Read her lines. Oh. Right, of course.
だったらちょうどいい。蹄鉄とかいうので働いてたっていう人が。深見ちゃん
That's Nagi's voice. Fukami turns away from me and quickly states that we'll resume later.
いい加減こっち変わって。うちじゃ着船は無理わい。
She starts running off before she finishes her sentence. Fukami is walking to the bow of the boat. In the middle of the way, she turns around. She shows a genuine, albeit reserved smile.
なぎちゃん、ちょっと焦りすぎです。まだ40秒は余裕あるのに。